Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I posted, but hey, I'm back to filming some content. So, if you've been keeping up with the community tab, you know I've been kind of repping this deck here lately, and it's a really strong deck, and it's been a really strong deck last format, and with the new cards from Shrouded Fable, it's gotten even better in my opinion, and it's a deck that still has a high ceiling because going into Stellar Miracle, it's just going to get that much better. But I went to locals this week, and I went 3-0-1 net me first place with this list, which is my first actual local win at the location I'm going to, which is called Trainer Jason Conway. So if you're in the Arkansas area, I do recommend trying to give them just a visit. They do have good singles and good products if you're not even a player. But I mean, if you're here for the player, I'm going to go ahead and talk my deck out with y'all on what I played. I could have just went on Beer Bank or something like that and give y'all like a list, but I don't think that it's educating y'all as much, not knowing what the deck does or how the deck is supposed to function. But anyways, go over the list with you. I played 3 Dreepy, 2 Draglock. Draglock's ability is Recon Drive. But essentially it says look at 2 cards, put one in your hand, put one at the bottom of your deck. And the Dragon Headbutt does come up for a 2 energy for 70. It lets you play a lot of like Mimikyus and stuff, so sometimes you want to just play this out this way until you go into your Dragapult, which is the start of the show. Dragapult says, for a fire and a psychic, we do Phantom Dive. Phantom Dive does 200 to the active and puts 6 damage counters on your opponent's bench in any way you like. This can line up for 3 to 4 prize turns, so it's a very strong card. My list is going to be playing around TM Devo. You do lose to that card kind of, unfortunately, so I wanted to be able to optimize, not be able to get hit by that as hard. So I did for this format up the Charmander, the Charizard line. I know a lot of people are playing like a 1-1 line, but I think that with this format, you have to output some point of damage, and having this mentality, I feel, is what got me over the gap of actually winning the locals. If you notice, I've been getting like top cut, but I haven't actually won. But I played 2 Charmander and 1 Charmeleon again for the Devo line, but I'm playing the 90 HP one. It does it has the flare viability. It does kind of come up. You can play the 70 if you can play the other one if you choose to, because it does have the 1 retreat pivot where it just has 2. That's just totally up to you. And then 2 of the Charizard EX, most broken card in the game. It says that it does more damage for each prize card your opponent's taking, and then it says when it's evolved, you attach 3 basic fire energies from the deck to your Pokemon in any way you like. So that's why this deck is so pivotally good, because it can load up here with the fire, and then you can attach a sidekick. So it's a really strong card. And then it's a late game attacker and an early game attacker. You can take out the Mew EXs and stuff because it is a dark type. And then the support Pokemon, we play the 2 line. I do know some people play the 50 Pidgey for the Call for Family ability. I've seen them do that, but I just think that this line's just a little bit better in my opinion. You get a little bit more HP, so they do get, like the Lost Box players do got a weird state to where they had to deal with something or not deal with it, and Lost Box will be kind of falling off. So yeah, I think at that point you're fine playing either, but I've never had to attach to a Pidgey and play Call for Family in this deck, so I think that's correct. But you just play with what you have, honestly. The deck is affordable for anybody, so just kind of whatever decision you make. And for the last attacker in the deck, I should probably emphasize that I do play the 1 Radiant Charizard. I've been going back and forth with this because I think Alakazam is really strong, but for testing, I feel like having a late game cleanup means a little bit more than just trying to spread damage. That's why I went heavier into Charizard, because if I had to poke for 180, then on the clapback I can at that point go up and take 3 to 4 prizes. So that was my thought process there. We still play the Cleffa for the free retreat, and also drawing 7 off of no energy attack is pretty nice. We play the Manaphy. I've been seeing people cut Manaphy. I think that's kind of stupid, because you get wrecked by Radiant Greninja, and you still get wrecked by the new Kyurem play out of the Regidrago. So I think that you still got to play. You have to play Manaphy mandatorily going in this format. The 1 Rotom V drawing cards going first is really strong. So you're essentially going to be having one of these, and you're essentially going to have these pivotal and play out on your inboard. So either drawing up to 5 or 6 some turns, and then or drawing 3 going first is really important, just to be able to dig into your pieces. I know some people don't play this, but you kind of have to, because it searches the piece that you need to finish the game. Luminion V with the Luminous Sign ability. And then for the last Pokemon, we play the new Pheasantipity out of Shrouded Fable. So what Pheasantipity says is, with per turn, if a Pokemon was knocked out during your opponent's turn, doesn't matter if it's by damage, attack, whatever, you draw 3 cards. So it's very strong. It's a very strong card. It replaces the Biberline in this, giving you the 3 cards off the real estate. So some turns you can draw legitly 5-6 cards. It's really crazy to be able to set up and be able to play back through. It also is, in my opinion, how you play for Iono. So that's pretty unique. And then for the cards that help support or get our Pokemon out, we play 4 to Buddy Buddy Poffin. Buddy Buddy Poffin says search for 2 70 HP or lower and put them onto your bench. Really strong card. We play 4 Ultra Ball and 2 Nest Ball. Now, before I was only playing the 1 Nest Ball, but okay, so in testing and all the time I've been playing this deck, you have to have some type of utility. You need to at least have a piece to put into the active, and a piece to search, and another piece to search. And I feel like this optimizes your best chance of being able to at least get a couple of things into play. Nest Ball is really strong because it searches your Pheasantipity and your Rotom. So I think that's the correct lineup. You can't play Hisuian Heavy Ball. I have tested with that, but I would rather set up a board state, and then if I do lose a piece, I would rather let my cards kind of play themselves out and just try to play the best out of the scenario than versus didn't have to give up sort of like a brick or a card that doesn't do nothing and surprising in this deck. Now, Heavy Hisuian Ball does have good purposes in decks, but I just think this deck is not correct. Obviously 4 to Rare Candy, but with this build, you only use 2 Rare Candy. I'm gonna be real, you just load up, you just play up. 1 Counter Catcher, because if you go behind the prizes, 1 Lost Vacuum to deal with pesky tools and stadiums. 1 Super Rod lets you recycle your stuff back in. And then the last item I played was the Pal Pad, just to recycle back in your supporters. I played a Collapse Stadium for my 1 stadium. This will be, I was thinking about Temple Sinnoh, but it conflicts with the Neo Upper Energy. But I was playing Jamming Tower, but I felt like if I stuck it too early, it was costing me the Force of Stone play. But I think going forward, with stall and stuff to that effect, that this is going to have to be Jamming Tower. So I will tell y'all to cut this for Jamming Tower. And then for the tools, the only 2 tools I played was the Fine Spin for Silstone. You attach to Rotom or Luminion, and then it gives you a free search. And then this is, you can attach it. So what's pretty cool is you can attach this to your Dragapult, and it goes for 230 if you're behind, and that knocks out that will knock out any of the annoying V's you're dealing with. Excuse me, not V's, but the EXs, like the Tilmask Ogerpon and or their Pheasantipity, or even their Iron Forms, because if they take the first prize, and then you can guess up their Iron Forms and hit for 230, and then load up 60 on the back one, so it's just a good time, because you're not really, Dragapult's not losing the Iron Forms. Then for the supporters, we'll play 3 Arven, 2 Iono, and 2 Boss's Orders. This is correct. I was playing 3 Iono, but there's a lot of decks that can play around Iono now, so I'd just rather have the Gus. Honestly, that gives me 3 Gus outlets, the Counter Catcher plus the 2 bosses. Kieran, so not only is Kieran to switch in your deck, but it has the ability that if your opponent's active Pokemon is a V or EX, your attack does 30 more. This is real relevant because it's a damage modifier. This actually won me my game versus this weekend versus Roaring Moon, because I stuck something up in active, and they're like trying to just manipulate damage counters. Like, no, we're taking prizes. I'm gonna stick this onto you and take your prize. The Professor's Toro scenario, it doesn't come up as much as you'd think it would, because a lot of decks are now able to trade through with you, but I think it still comes up in scenarios if you're playing like a mirror, you're just playing a deck that can't get there, or if you're playing into like a big tournament and you don't want to leave like 2 plaza abilities like your Pidgeot or whatever, you can sync this back. You can have this to sync it back up in your hand where you could offset your prize trade. But I still think it's a crucial piece that you got to play in this deck. And then the last support I play is the Silene, the best card in this deck, being able to recover your Neo Upper Energy or your Counter Catcher or even your Super Rod. Silene plus Kieran plus Pal Pad is actually how you play for the block lax in this deck, so it's pretty, I think it's a mandatory card you got to play. And then the energy I played was 4 Fire Energy, 2 psychic energies. And the star to show the Neo Upward Energy. And Neo Upward Energy says is, this card is attached to Stage 2 Pokemon. This provides 2 type of any color in the game. Any color. So you attach this to your Dragapult, or you can attach it to a Charizard or a Pidgeot. I've attached it to either one just to be able to have the energy output, because it's one piece that gets you to your attack. So this is the list. Like I said, the only thing I want to change is I'm going to put the Jamming Tower back in, because I think the Jamming Tower is going to be more mandatory going into this format with all the new stall and the new jank and stuff to that effect. Being able to lock them tools off is going to be very, 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 very crucial. I will not make any more edits to this list. You've pretty much seen the transformation of this deck through my community tab. So if this is a deck that you plan on picking up, then I highly do recommend it. It rewards for good skill, and it's also a really good bridge deck that you can dunk pretty consistently. Not consistently, but you have dunk potential in it if you like that. So anyways, I do appreciate y'all tuning in to today's video and hanging out with me. I will be planning on making new content in the future. I do have some more learning the Pokemon TCG videos planned out, because there's new EXs and new mechanics and stuff to that effect that's been introduced since the series ended. So I hope y'all do look forward to that. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate y'all. Sorry for all the time away from content creating. I do plan on trying to get back into the grind this season. But anyways, everybody have an amazing day.
I've been debating and contemplating it. I guess that I really felt